Alright, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We're back again with another YouTube video. So today, there's no real particular topic I want to talk about. I decided to take the time today to just maybe record a video, maybe giving some advice, just talking about my personal experiences with YouTube and just the whole concept of trying to become a content creator that people will look up to and actually enjoy. And this video is just basically going to be me giving my opinions on certain topics. And I feel like I talk about a lot of negative stuff on this channel. It is for the greater good, I think, overall, exposing some of the people I do and working with some of the people I do. But at the end of the day, I think it's good to just put out one of those positive videos out there that hopefully some people can learn from and experience from. And yeah, I can just get it off my chest and share some of my experiences. So obviously we're going to be talking about, just YouTube and how, you shouldn't let those doubts keep you back, especially when it comes to creating content. And I think YouTube, as of right now, is massively lacking in genuine content that people actually like making. I feel like YouTube has promoted a lifestyle of repetitiveness and selling your soul in order to become the next big Mr. Beast, stuff like that. And my first huge issue with big channels giving advice is I feel like most of the time it doesn't feel very genuine, because a lot of the advice is just them trying to tell you how to get very popular very quickly. And usually this consists of, outsourcing your channel, which is a good idea if you are a small content creator. But the way they teach you in that is to sign up for programs and to make content that's going to be picked up by the algorithm and stuff like that. And that's great if you want to get rich. I mean, some people become YouTubers to get rich, and that's them. If they want to do that, that's their goal. You can become a Roblox YouTuber, you can become a Minecraft YouTuber, you know what I mean? That's up to you. But if you want to make genuine content that you enjoy and you want to become big, the best thing when it comes to outsourcing is to just start talking to people that make similar content. There's a lot of YouTubers out there that are very open to working with you and very open to starting a friendship. I've gained multiple friends that, throughout my history of doing YouTube. I've been doing YouTube for just over a year now, and I've made multiple people, and I've met a lot of really highly credited people that gave me some advice and helped me work out my channel and kind of point me in the right direction with what I was doing. Because if you guys don't know, I originally started as a gaming channel, and I was really enjoying doing gaming and stuff like that, but I would oftenly go on tangents within my gaming about stuff going on YouTube, and I realized that that's kind of where my passion was, talking about topics on YouTube, talking about crappy people on YouTube, and I got a lot of fun out of it, and I felt like it made some enjoyable content. So then I switched over to reaction content, reacting to dream content, just YouTubers I found really annoying and I didn't agree with what they're doing, and then I found I was just going on tangents in those videos, so I finally just switched over strictly to reaction content. And I talked to someone who literally told me that, yeah, just stick to one topic. Obviously everyone wants to be that YouTuber that can always switch it up. It keeps you fresh. One day you do a reaction channel, the next day you do a gaming channel, and it sounds good on paper, but people want to subscribe to pretty much one thing. And obviously you could have an amazing personality, you could be outgoing, but in the starter stage of YouTube, people want to subscribe for the content and start learning about you, start actually enjoying your content, and then you can possibly, once you get a decent audience, switch to some other stuff, like, oh, I'm going to start streaming a lot more, oh, I'm going to switch more to gameplay. You start figuring out what people want to see and what you enjoy, and it is really hard to balance what you enjoy and what actually works. A lot of the time you get stuck in a situation where you make a video and it does really well, but you didn't really like making that video, but now you feel like you have to keep making it to keep your audience happy. And I'm going to say this right now, don't do it. People might be upset, people might not be upset, but at the end of the day, people can start telling if you don't actually enjoy the content you're making, and that's the most important part, is your audience needs to know you actually enjoy what you're doing. You know what I mean? There's nothing better than feeding off the person's vibes that's actually creating the content. If I start a video and I'm like, hey guys, so today we're gonna be talking about I don't know, some Minecraft guy and he did some nasty stuff, people aren't gonna like it. That works for Moist Critical because he's funny as fuck and he has done YouTube for so long, he knows how to speak properly, people subscribe to him for him. It's harder when you're a young content creator and you just have no enthusiasm, you don't really care what you're doing. So it's important to to try to be a little bit outgoing. I'm not saying put on like crazy Jacksepticeye, top of the body to you lad, just make it seem like you're really enjoying what you're doing, because you should be enjoying what you're doing, and you should naturally just start talking in a cheerful voice or start acting like you really enjoy your content. And that's how you can decipher from the industry zombies that are on the top of YouTube versus, you know, young content creators. You know, look back at the start of YouTube. When I started YouTube, I basically was cameoing on my friend's YouTube account, where we pretty much would just set up a little iPod on a camcorder thing or a little tripod, and we filmed ourselves playing Skyrim. You know what I mean? Two dudes sitting in a basement. The screen was shit. That was shit. But I remember I was just enjoying it so much. And I went to school the next day and I kept checking to see if people were actually enjoying the video. It only got like 50 likes. And I hope you guys never find the video. I'm pretty sure my friend deleted it. But from then on, we started doing vlogs and stuff like that. And I was really enjoying myself. You know what I mean? At that point, I wasn't even thinking about fame. I wasn't even thinking about money. And I feel like a lot of people need to go into YouTube not thinking about fame, not thinking about money, because that will absolutely detriment your account. Because if you get into that mindset, you start thinking, oh man, why am I not blowing up? Why does someone like IShowSpeed blow up within a year and he's got millions and millions of views and he's driving these sports cars? And that mindset will destroy you. You know what I mean? As soon as you start thinking of this as a business and not a hobby and a business expense, you start losing it. You know what I mean? Just like any other job. You know, so it is very beneficial if you do blow up on YouTube. Don't get me wrong. There's tons of benefits for actually blowing up on YouTube. You can literally you can get deals of $150 million. Like, that shit's crazy, obviously. And it doesn't really cost anything. It costs maybe a few hours out of your day to just take time out of your day when you're not working to do it. And the next thing I'm going to talk about is work-life balance. Obviously, you know, you want to make content just as good as the other content creators, and it can be very competitive, especially if you're maybe going to school, going to work, you got 2 jobs, you don't really have time to make videos, you don't really have time to find the quietness to make videos. So obviously it can be tough to try to pick that balance. And I'm going to say this right now, don't stop working, don't stop going to school to pursue YouTube. That's not a great idea. It's never been a great idea. Again, don't think of YouTube as a business. Think of it as a hobby. And just like video games, just like other hobbies, you know, you got to balance it with everything else. You know, and I think that's the best way to balance your YouTube is to really think of like, okay, here's a video idea. I'm going to record it in the morning. I'm going to edit it. I'm going to go to school, do my homework, do that, come home, release it. Don't even think about the video. And then you can get onto a pretty good grind set. But as soon as you stop committing to your other responsibilities, it becomes a hindrance, and you'll start realizing that very quickly, especially if you do have the mindset that I just explained where you want to make money off of it, and you're like, oh dude, I've been putting out 18-19 videos a freaking month and I'm getting no progress, I'm getting no subscribers, my social blade hasn't moved at all. What the hell? It's going to take me forever. You know what I mean? And take that off your mindset, put in the mindset and be like, holy crap, I got a couple subscribers this month. Like, that's sick. You know what I mean? And you just keep on that grind. And that's the biggest thing is grinding. You just got to keep going with it. You know what I mean? Like, Rome wasn't built in a day. You know, you just got to keep grinding. And yes, it will be a slow burn, but I consider YouTube like working out. You know, do it for yourself. Do it to benefit yourself. And over time, you'll start seeing progress. You'll start seeing it help other people. It's like working on yourself. Your YouTube channel is basically an extension of you. If you work on it and you do the best for it, people will start noticing and people will start automatically gravitating towards you. You know, and people notice that. And that's what I find a lot. People will notice that you are on that grind and you are putting out constant content. And that's what people want. People want to know that you're in it for the long run. You know what I mean? That you are dedicated to keeping this hobby, you know, and eventually possibly turn it into your career. And, you know, the next topic I'm going to talk about is obviously you don't need big fancy computers to become a big popular streamer, a big popular YouTuber. That's all a bunch of BS. All my editing, all my recording, all my software and everything is all done on my phone and my Xbox. That's it. I get the gameplay from my Xbox, I do the recording through an app, I edit it through an app, and I do all my social media stuff through the app. You know what I mean? And even better, if you have a tablet, that's even better. You don't need a big fancy gaming PC, all that stuff, because you can put out pretty decent content, you know, quality wise, just through your phone. You know what I mean? You don't need a big fancy, you know, RTX blah 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 computer, you know. And eventually, if you do want to maybe upgrade your content, maybe start putting in some crazy transitions, maybe get a really good, you know, maybe you want to actually record everything through the computer, you can save up and buy a gaming PC. But it's not essential for what you're doing. Same with gaming setups, you know, as long as you're in a comfortable location, you're chilling. You know what I mean? You're fine. So you don't need these big, fancy, expensive things. You know what I mean? Like, everyone starts from somewhere. You know, everyone has to start from a single position to get to where they are now. You know, so you don't need some big, fancy, expensive, you know, break your bank just to get, you know, if you want to improve your equipment, that's 100% on you. If you want to go get a decent mic, go ahead. If you want to go get a gaming PC, go ahead. You know, you can always improve your quality, but at the same time, don't let that hinder you from starting a YouTube account. You know what I mean? Anyone can do YouTube. And that's the beautiful thing about it, but also the negative thing about it, because we do get a lot of nasty people on YouTube who think they can become YouTubers, you know, and they're a whole different species. They're a whole different subsection of people abusing the platform and stuff. So yeah, the next thing I'm going to talk about is the hate comments, and I think this is essential for most YouTube videos. Is you're going to get hate comments. There's no matter what you do, you're going to get hate. It's just inevitable. But the big thing, and I don't see a lot of people saying that, is weeding the hate comments from the actual criticism. And criticism is fine. You need to learn to understand criticism, because a lot of the time, what a lot of people are saying is correct. You know, whether it be like, oh, maybe your volume's too loud, or maybe something isn't right in your video. Sometimes listening to that and improving it can help your quality overall. You know what I mean? Obviously, don't let them be like, oh, you need a whole new intro. Fuck your intro. It's garbage. You need this. That's when it turns to hate. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not going to change my format and stuff to satisfy you. You know what I mean? If I think it's working and I like it, I'm going to keep doing it. But if I see something, I'm like, you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Maybe I should turn down the volume, or maybe I should have some outro music. And I put it in and I like it. I'm honestly going to put it in. You know what I mean? But you need to distinguish that from people just coming to your channel and hating on you, because some people will do that, especially since a lot of people hate on your success. You know, as much as there's positivity out there, there's a lot of people who love negativity. They'll go to your channel just to leave one comment and just leave. You know what I mean? They'll come to your comment and say, oh, your content's shit, and then just leave without any explanation, without any reasoning. They'll just leave. Because they love doing that. They love hating on people's success, because they're miserable people themselves and they hate it. You know what I mean? So don't let anyone dunk your grind. You know what I mean? And a big thing too is burnout. I find that burnout will face everyone. Even if you really enjoy your content, burnout will happen where you start having self-doubts. You start thinking that what you're doing is useless. You start thinking, oh, maybe I should have done this channel. Maybe I should have done a YouTube channel that does gaming and stuff like that. But I'm telling you right now, like most things, that will pass. And if you have to take a week break or a month break, most people, especially if you get a good audience, they will understand. They 100% will understand and be like, look, you go take your break. We'll be back when you come back. You see it all the time. And sometimes audiences don't accept that, and sometimes they'll leave. But that's usually in a case of if you're gone for months and weeks and you don't plan on returning. It's all about communication with your audience and letting them know, you know, what's up and what's going on with your life. Because if you let them know and say, hey, I need to take a week break to get organized, especially if you do a channel like mine where you are talking about some pretty serious matters like exposing people and stuff like that, it can be mentally draining, where you do need a week to just hang out with your family, hang out, you know, with your siblings, whatever, and then come back. But you just gotta let your audience know that you're coming back, because far too often on YouTube do a lot of YouTubers just disappear and never come back. You know, whether that they quickly got the money that they wanted and dipped, or they just got bored of YouTube. And you just gotta let your audience know that you are going to be coming back, because no matter what, your audience will support you. All right, if you build a strong audience and you've led them and they really enjoy your content, they will always welcome you back. You know, I'm not going to go into very specifics, but basically this is my second time at YouTube, my second try, and so everyone on my Discord was supporting me and coming back, and a lot of people were supporting my channel, and just seeing the fact that so many people were welcoming me back remind me exactly why I'm doing YouTube. You know, so yeah, that's all I really want to talk about. If you guys find this video actually like somewhat useful, let me know. And of course, if you guys enjoy my content, like and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.